Hello everyone. So in this first class of ours, we will be trying to do factorization of polynomials. So in order to do that, let's see few of the important terms that we need to know before doing the factorization. So polynomials is basically from unit algebra, which is a branch of mathematics in which symbols or letters are used to represent mathematical equation. Generally, the English alphabets are used. And these symbols or letters, they don't have fixed numerical value. So in order to understand that, let us consider one example. Y equals to 2x. This is an algebraic equation. Now see, y and x, they don't have any fixed value. In order to establish that, let us consider some examples. So first and foremost, we are taking x equals to 1. So in this case, y will be 2 ones are 2. So if we will change the value of x to 6, then we will get y equals to 2 6 is 12. So if we keep on changing the value of x, for example in this case we have changed it to 4, then y will be 2 4s are 8. Similarly, if we change the value to a double digit number, y will also equate to 2 11s are 22, a double digit number. If we change the value of x to minus 1, then y will be 2 into minus 1 equals to minus 2. So from these examples, we can see that both y and x, they do have some values associated, they do have some numerical values, but none of them are fixed. So we can say they do have numerical values, but they are not fixed. That is why they are called variables. So in other words, we can also say or term them as flexible hidden numbers. They do have numerical value, but they are flexible in nature, they are not fixed. Now, in order to do factorization of polynomials, which is a process of expressing polynomial of degree greater or equals to 2 as product of its factors, let us try to understand some of the basic terms from arithmetic, some of the basic terms related with the arithmetic of integers. So, first and foremost, we will see what's a prime number. All of us know prime number is a number having exactly two factors, and those two factors are 1 and itself. For example, the primes are 2, 3, 5, 11, 17, 19, 23, 29, etc. And composite number, on the other hand, a number which has more than two factors, that is at least three factors. So the examples are 4, 6, 10, 12, 15, etc. Now, why are we considering primes and composites? Is the fact that factorization of polynomials can be related with fundamental of theorem of arithmetic, which states every composite number can be expressed as product of primes. So for example, 15, which is a composite number, can be expressed as 3 5s are 15, product of primes. 30, which is again another composite number, can also be expressed as 2 into 3 into 5, product of primes. 12, which is also a composite number, can be expressed as 2 into 2 into 3, that is product of primes. And from our definition of factorization of polynomials, we can see that it says polynomial of degree greater or equals to 2. So why can't we factorize a polynomial of degree equals to 1? Is the fact that a linear polynomial which is of degree 1 has only one factor other than 1. So in other words, we can say, or we can refer to them as primes of polynomials. So the only two factors of linear polynomial are the linear polynomial itself and 1. So we cannot factorize them. Now, the degree or the highest power of a polynomial denotes the number of factors it has. So the first thing that we will do is factorization by the method of splitting the middle term. So for that, we will first do quadratic equation or an algebraic equation with degree equals to 2. Since the degree is 2, that means it can have two factors. It will have two factors. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. And remember, a can never be 0. Coefficient of x square can never be 0. These are some examples you can see, and from these examples you can figure out that a can never be 0, whereas b or c can sometimes be 0. So now we'll see the steps that are involved in splitting the middle term. The first one is you need to multiply the coefficient of x square and constant, that is a and c. Step 2 is we need to split the product into two factors such that suitable sum or difference gives the middle term. Step 3 is consider two groups, first two terms in one group and the last two terms in the next group, and take out the common terms from both the groups to derive the required factors. Patience will be the key. So you might not understand from these steps until unless you don't do it yourself or you don't see the step demonstration which follows next. So in order to understand the steps properly, we will do some examples, because until and unless we don't do some questions practically, we will not understand the steps. So first example is 3x square plus 4x minus 15. So as you can see, the coefficient of x square is 3 and the constant is minus 15. The first step tells us to find the product of the two. Product of 3 into minus 15 is minus 45. Now as for the next step, we need to find two factors of minus 45 such that we can split the middle term into two parts. So for that, the two factors involved in this case are 9 and minus 5. Why 9 and minus 5? As 9 and minus 5 will give us product of 45, and as well as 9 minus 5 will give us the middle term 4. So we need to figure this out. Although these are the things which are not required in the solution, but this should always be in the back of your mind before doing the solution. So we have found out that 4x can be split as 9x minus 5x, and on doing so we have got two groups, 3x square plus 9x, the first two terms in the first group, and minus 5x minus 15 in the second group. Now what we need to do is we need to take common terms out from both the groups. So let's do one by one. The first group is 3x square plus 9x. From this, as you can see, the coefficient is 3 and 9, that means 3 can be taken common, and in both the terms we have presence of x, so x can also be taken common. That means we can take 3 and x as common terms. So if we take 3x common from the first term, which was 3x square, 3 is out, 1x is out, that means 1x will remain. And from the second term, 3 3s are 9, that means 3 will be there. Since only 1x was there and we have already taken it common, so 3 will only remain. So we will get 3x into x plus 3 from the first group. Now on to the second group, which is minus 5x minus 15. The first sign here is minus, and remember, whenever you are taking common from the second group, whatever the first sign is there, that will be your common. If plus is there, plus will be a common sign. If minus is there, minus will be your common sign. So in this case we have minus, that means minus will be our common sign. And one more thing that you need to take care of is whenever you are taking minus sign common, the quantity that will come inside the bracket will have opposite sign of what was the term. So now see, minus sign is already taken as common. Now the coefficient of both the terms is a multiple of 5. That means 5 can also be taken common. X is present in only one of the term, that means x cannot be taken as common. So the common thing we can take is minus 5. So if we take minus 5 out, that means from the first term x will remain plus x. Why? Because minus 5 into x will give us back minus 5x. And for 15 we have to write the opposite sign because we have taken the minus sign common. Because if you apply the distributive property and we want to get the quantity back, then we have to get that minus sign. So in order to do that, the sign must change. So minus has changed to plus, and 5 3s is 15. Why the sign has changed? Because the common sign was minus. So remember the fact, whenever you are taking minus sign common, the sign in the middle will always be opposite of what it was before. So the two terms are 3x into x plus 3 and minus 5 into x plus 3. So the thing that you will get inside the bracket must always be the same or common. So x plus 3 is common, and in the other bracket we will get 3x minus 5, which is in the exterior. X plus 3 is common and 3x minus 5 in the other bracket. So this is how our factorization ends. So the compiled solution looks something like this. This is what you need to do, but for that the previous things you need to understand. So let us do some more questions in order to understand this properly. Our next question is 2x squared minus 7x minus 22. So you can see the coefficient of x squared is 2 and the constant term is minus 22. So their product will be 2 into minus 22 equals to minus 44. Now we need to find two factors of 44 such that we can split the middle term into two parts. For this you need to work a little. But once you are aware of what you need to do, it will be a very easy thing to do. So in this case, the two factors are minus 11 and 4, as minus 11 into 4 will give us minus 44 and minus 11 plus 4 will give us minus 7 as well. So the two terms that we need are minus 11 and 4. So we have figured out the two terms. So this is the key. Once you have figured out the middle two terms, the whole. So we have already seen in this question that the two terms that can split it are minus 11x and 4x. 11 has a negative sign because the overall sign that we need is a negative sign, and the bigger number should have the negative sign. The first group is 2x squared minus 11x and the second group is 4x minus 22. Now what we need to do is we need to take common from the two groups. The first group is 2x squared minus 11x. As you can see the coefficient 2 and 11, 11 is a prime number, that means, and it's also an odd number, that means we cannot take numerical coefficient common. However, in both the terms we do have x, that means x can be taken common. So we will take x common and the thing that we'll get in the bracket will be 2x minus 11. From the second group, which is 4x minus 22, as you can see both are even numbers, that means at least 2 can be taken common. So we'll take that 2 common out, but since only x is present in only one term, so x cannot be taken common. So we have taken 2 common. I have written plus 2 since this is the second group, so even if it's a plus sign we need to denote that. So I have taken plus 2 common. So 2 2s are 4x, that means 2x will remain, and 2 11s are 22, so minus 11 will remain as a term. So as you can see, again we have got the common terms same. So our two factors will be 2x minus 11 and the outer numbers x plus 2. So the will be like this. So this is something that you need to copy, but to understand this you need to see the previous steps properly. From all this you try to solve all these examples and feel free to drop your queries. The answers are given there, try to get the answers. So in the next class we will be trying to do some more factorization. Till then, have factorization and have a nice day.